All right.
Hi.
Long Game Podcast. Hi, how are you doing? Long Game Podcast. We have a very special guest. April from Ways of Austin, Texas, is a good friend. She's gone way back, one of the very first people I've helped with back pain truly in my life. And she went from, she'll tell you her story, but an incredible athlete, very much relatable to my story, pushed herself so hard and started down a spiral of one injury after another that became a full life, full mind, body dysfunction. And by the time we met up 2 years ago, it was a pretty bleak starting point. And she did all the work. She built all the faith, all the hope, and learned so many things along the way because it wasn't as simple as just train for a little bit and then the pain went away immediately. There was a lot to overcome mentally. There was a lot to learn from even the past of how you trained and how you treated your body. And by the time I met you a couple months ago at our Austin workshop, I knew you had to be someone to come and tell. One, because I'm biased for anybody from the BBB days. I had a real tight-knit Zoom coaching group that I just loved. They took the chance on me early on, and we got such good results and community. But also, I know you've learned a lot, and you've been through a lot. And it's brave to be here. It's very helpful, honorable, and altruistic. It helps so many people. That's how this whole thing built with myself, just telling stories. So I'm excited for people to hear yours. Thank you for being here so much. I'm excited that she's feeling better.
Yep.
And I'm so stoked for people to hear your stories. So
Thank
we
you.
start?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, for real.
This was a real amazing experience, and you reaching out to me and everything was a huge surprise. So
Yeah, we had a great weekend together.
Yep.
Her and her husband came, and we, the whole team hung out and ran on the track, worked out, filmed content. You're going to see all of it, and it's so inspiring. So
cool.
Let's start from where were you born? No, let's skip that part. Let's go to who April is, okay? I know you're ambitious. Some may say an overworker. How did these injuries come about? At what age did you first feel your back? You know, when did this all start? What were you doing?
Yeah, okay. Gosh. Where do we begin? Okay, so at what age? The first time that I hurt my back, I know like as a child I hurt my back once. I think I was 8, but I was picking up the house with my mom and stuff like I always did, and I think like there it kind of froze up, but that was like just one time, and then I went on and everything was fine. The first official time was my junior year in high school. I was doing the military press, you know, those,
Oh, wow.
right?
Yep.
In the weight room.
Yeah.
And I hurt my back. I don't know, I can't remember what happened, you know. But I heard it then, and then we all had jokes like, April's back, you know, and I'm like, yeah, for real.
Oh, that was a funny one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. Yeah, it was funny back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny anymore. We'll get to that. And then the next time I hurt my back was, the official time. You want me to talk about the official time? Like the.
Sure.
All right.
Well, I'll give some. I'll spoil her a little bit so we know who we're dealing with. She's run 16 marathons, endless half marathons, competed in bodybuilding, has pushed her body to the limits. And so when she's reflecting, when did I first hurt my back?
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of seasons of back pain she had.
Yes, it's been going on for like 12 years now, so it's really hard when you're like, when was the first time? And you know, I'm constantly, you know, going through a back problem, you know.
Right.
But yes, I do.
First time it got real for you.
Yeah, and yeah, to reiterate your point, I bodybuilding, fitness modeling, running, corporate, which
That's a sport.
that's a sport too, sitting all day long, all day, every day.
Right.
So now you kind of get the background. But the first time that I got officially hurt was I had just came back from living in France, where I was running 16 miles a day, like 8 to 16 miles, just feeling wonderful. And I wanted to, get into the bodybuilding industry because I wanted to be a fitness model, and that was what they were telling me, how you become sponsored.
Yeah.
So I followed that advice. But so I went into CrossFit for like a month. And during that, for like one of the first sessions, the coach there was trying to make me deadlift like this really heavy weight, and I knew it was not right, you know. I was like, this is too heavy. And he was like, no, you got this. And of course I didn't want to like,
let someone down
or, be a wuss or whatever. Right. So I'm like, I pick it up and I felt this crack, this sensation. Right. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I did something wrong, something happened. And I'm, walking it off and he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then of course, after that, I went running 5 miles because that's what always solves everything for me was running. Like even if I had the flu, I was like, I'm gonna go run, I'll feel better. So I went running and so 5 miles and then I never stretched. So there's that. Then after that, I got in the car, drove back home, and then when I came out of the car, I was hunched over, and I could not stand up.
Yeah. And people hear this. The words don't really do it justice of what hunched over means. I want to show. I didn't understand either, really. I hear this all the time. I'm like, yeah, I remember being hurt and kind of forward. She got hunched over like this.
And that's just one of the times.
One of the times.
Yeah. I have a pattern. I hunch over.
That's not her pretending. You were in the hospital here, right?
Yeah, that wasn't the time I'm talking about either. Whenever I get hurt, I get hunched and I cannot pick up my chest.
For how long would you be stuck like this?
Well, the first time that happened, I was stuck for at least 2 weeks because I actually started my new job in corporate America and they wouldn't let me take off. I had to go to a new hire training in California. So for 2 weeks, I was like that at least. And that was terrible. People that work with me still remember that. They're like, oh, yeah, remember you were hunched over? I'm like, yeah, I remember that,
Yeah.
And so that was like, I know for sure 2 weeks. That one I don't even remember. It happens happens all.
And you know what's crazy is that a dirt bike? As soon as you spend more than 5 days in any sort of position, your body starts to listen to that and be like, okay, weirdly, this is the structure that in orientation we're going to start to hold and mold to.
Yep.
And your fascia starts to make it more set to that.
Yep.
And
that's right.
You talk to anyone that's been bedridden for a month, the process of going vertical again and walking, it's like a new body. And so if you spend 2 weeks hunched every other month, you do the math on that, that's 100 days hunched forward, or 80 days hunched forward, and that's worse than sitting. That is, everything you're doing is protective and it leads to so much other shutdown. Yeah, it's just like, can't fathom.
And I didn't know how to get out of it, I didn't know how to fix that. And of course, like the first time I ever got hurt, the first time that I was hunched over like that, and then after 2 weeks of sitting like that, in the orientation sessions every day, when I got back to Austin, it's the first time I have ever officially gotten hurt like that, right? And so I'm like, do I go to, a doctor? Like, I told you that my general doctor was actually my gynecologist, so I'm like, I don't even know if I go there, or do I go to an orthopedic specialist? Like Chiro, like where do I start to tell them about this? And I went to the joint. That was, not successful at all.
Chiropractic office.
Yeah,
right?
it didn't help me at all.
Yeah.
And so I think that's probably the start of my lateral shift, of how I started to like shift in my body and not be able to stand up.
So the lateral shift, your hips can then become a couple inches higher on one side. They also rotate and twist, but at least from the front view, you could tell one side of the pelvis be shifted. You start to feel like you have a longer leg, and then everything gets wonky. You got shoulder issues down through all the connecting muscles and fascia through your lats, lateral spine muscles, everything gets tighter, things start to twist away. It makes it less of a forward and back problem of just do the back extension. Now you got hip imbalances and you got neck, it just goes everywhere.
You had it too, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I was propped up for 2 years off my SI joint like this, I was playing it off like I'm just cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm just in chem lab, like this is
really
how a cool
pain.
guy like
Yes, I know
sits.
that.
And meanwhile, I was just cranking my joints to be stuck there. So by the time I wanted to get back to lifting, I'm like, why does the RDL just feel like a lot on my right calf today? The squat is just in my toes on the right side. And I just literally so slanted. And so it made things so much more complicated.
And also, no one knew what that was, what I had. No one could tell me, oh, that's a lateral shift. Here, this is what you do to fix that.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was just like, I don't know, like, but they gave me like, bird dogs and all the regular exercises, which I try to do, but
Good start.
it was a start, yeah. And that was actually the first 5 years. I have like 2 phases of back pain. The first 5 years was the lateral shift. And then I kind of got straight enough to where I look straight, but when I walk, you're like, something's wrong, And then when I turn around and I walk away, you're like, something is wrong. Her back is like at the bottom, just kind of weird.
I think we have a video of it. So when she's training for bodybuilding, they do a lot of posing practice, and this wasn't recorded with the intent of showing it, but you kind of can.
Yeah, you can see how the curve
Look,
of my spine.
where is it pointing? Like where is the sacrum? It's like over here.
Yeah, it's over there.
And so the amount of force and coiling that all is happening every step, it's not helpful in anything you try to do to fix it physically, And
but
so,
I would try, because I would.
We got to,
I would try to make sure no one sees that,
Yeah.
But I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
And that's the first half of the back problems, and that didn't hurt that bad. I was just stuck. So
Yeah.
if I sat for a long time, getting up, I would, try to climb up, but it wasn't exactly extremely painful.
A lateral shift and rotation in your spine may not cause pain. It's just going to put you in a position where things are going to work really weird to where something is going to cause pain. Some things are going to be forced to overwork and be shortened all the time. Other things are going to be constantly relaxed and not fire the same. And that leads to the issue. Scoliosis itself doesn't ensure, not saying that's what that is, but it's similar spine deviation, doesn't ensure guaranteed life of pain. But the more you're contorted, the more you could imagine, damn, that side gets tight anytime you sit in a car, and then the other one takes over. That leads to pain. And it's just complications that get on,
Yeah, and then plus I'm sitting at my desk all day at work.
She's a corporate warrior.
Corporate America, like going on 12th year, and I would sit like this.
Oh yeah, you explained the double cross.
Yeah.
Can you show this, Enoch? Can you zoom in or tilt the tripod even for a second or whatever? You see the over the knee, under the hook,
double
Khabib type grappling, UFC tap, leg lock type of stuff.
Extra.
Yeah, that's just the meetings of work. That's not in jiu-jitsu. Okay.
So that was, I didn't realize that was doing that too. Probably wasn't helping my hips at all, or to get realigned.
That might have been you literally trying to undo the strain you felt from what was happening up here. Everything was twisted the other way, and you're like,
maybe.
Trying to keep it balanced. I don't know. It's weird what we naturally lean to do sometimes.
I wouldn't doubt that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the first half of back problems. I would love to tell you about the second one. It's a whole journey.
Well, what better time? Ladies and gentlemen, we flew her out across the country.
All right.
That was the whole podcast, and I hope you have a good night.
Bye.
Let's get into you could decide how in-depth or not to go, but...
Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, so the first half was like that, right? And then I started to get straight. And mind you, the whole time, I'm actually working out the whole time. I'm not letting go anything. I'm bodybuilding. I'm running off and on, but not very much, because in bodybuilding, they don't want you to run because you're going to lose all your mass. So I was also told not to do any more abs, so no ab work, because in the division...
any core work, really,
no core
right?
work at all, because in the division I'm in, they don't want any of the girls to have an actual six-pack, because then you're going to have to go to the next division, right? So the division I'm in, because I'm smaller, I'm in the bikini division, so bikini, no abs showing. So my coach was telling me not to do any more abs, so of course I didn't, and... I had always done abs my whole life, which probably had helped me so far.
Yeah.
And anyways, the second time that I got hurt was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. I was doing hip thrust at the House of Gains in Georgetown. It was a new machine. I do hip thrust all the time, but this was a new hip thrust machine. Mm-hmm. And as I was going down, I kind of didn't realize where, and there was like no weight on this thing. It was like a warm up, and that's when it gets you. You think you're warming up, and that's when you get hurt. So I was kind of like bringing it down, and as I I thought it was at the end. It's hard to explain. I thought that I was done with it and I had relaxed, and I shouldn't have relaxed. And then I felt something. And of course, I'm trying not to show the coach that I got hurt again because, this is a different coach and I didn't want to upset them or anything. But I'm like, I'm cool, it's fine.
And the whole time you've already registered yourself as the bad back person trying to be careful. So you're not surprised.
No.
You're always trying not to get hurt.
I'm trying not to get hurt. And that's why we warmed up with no weight.
Yeah. This strategy doesn't work. The idea of let me go slow enough, light enough, perfect form enough. If you never train your spine and you've had history of injury, you're just waiting for the wind to blow too hard. Things are going to happen no matter what. And so make a baseline goal within a year. How are you going to prove you can use your spine in small ways? Back extension machine twice a week, or even other exercises in RDL, just basic things. It's like, if you're not doing that, you are just waiting. It's tough.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right. It was a waiting game because I was like fragile on everything. Like my previous coach I had was like, he had a plan for the whole team, and he would be like, April, you don't do these for your back, okay? Like he had little things for me, like everybody else is doing weighted squats, and April, you just do air squats. I'm like, okay. I'm just like, man, I'm like barely making it through bodybuilding. Yeah. Like every day I'm just a fragile, stiff thing. Like looking back now, I'm like, that was just like the worst thing to do, I mean, not bodybuilding in itself probably, but
yeah, the approach of just avoiding it until there's basically nothing left. I went through the same. It's like, okay, I was trying to be a strong athlete. I'm going to lift heavy, jump hard, sprint, do fast, heavy, hard things until I started to get hurt. And I'm like, okay, well, let me do safer exercises and do unilateral, single leg and Bulgarians and not load my spine until those started hurting me. So I'm like, okay, only body weight, single leg, which is pistol squats. Then that started to hurt. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go eat 500 Advil. I'm done with this. I'm over it. I'm out of here. It's done. It's just like, because everything you thought you could do is less.
And less.
Then you get more careful, and then it's still like, oh, even the safe thing hurt me. So you're like, okay, let me, only machines. And then you get hurt on machines, and you're kind of like.
I did get hurt on a machine, too, on a different machine. I remember that, too. It's just like, I have so much to tell you, and I'm trying not to go into too much, but going back to you want me to tell you about the pain of it? Because, okay, where was I? Okay, that's when I got hurt, right? The hip thrust machine. Oh, yeah, okay. After that's when it started to, actually, maybe like a year into it. Because I'm going to every doctor, and by the way, I'm seeing a chiropractor every Monday. I'm going once a week. Mm-hmm. I'm also seeing the massage. I wouldn't call her a massage therapist, but she's a massage for bodybuilding. She goes like hard on you, like she tries to realign you,
Yeah.
Which she is amazing, but these are all like Band-Aids because the second I got home, I would, try to fix the couch cushions and I would get hurt.
Yeah.
Or I would be like, oh, I'm stuck again, or it hurts really bad. So then I think like that year, maybe 2022, 2021, around that time.
How many years in is this?
This is probably, this is like year 6 or 7, and probably.
Is this coming up on your worst pain?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
That's when the electric shock started happening. And that was the absolute worst because every time I would sit down and just kind of like lean back, I would get this electric shock. It was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 10, It hurt so bad that I would scream a little bit. I'd be like, and then, I'm like embarrassed too, it's just embarrassing. And then like for example, my parents would come to my house and we would host them and we would, I would be cleaning first off because, I'd be cleaning all day preparing for them to come. Yeah. And then they're here and we're all trying to have a good time. But I'm sitting there on the couch with them and I just like, sting, and I'm like, okay, I cannot, like, because every second it will do it when I least expect it. I just relax and then I get this like shock of pain that is like, I want to die. It's like 1 second, but I want to die and it's gone. And I'm like, okay.
You're keeping it a secret.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I don't want to tell anybody, right? But I did tell them then. That's when I told them. And they were like, oh, I didn't know you were going through that. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It's, don't worry. It's okay. Don't worry, right? Um, but the worst was when my husband and I went to France. And I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. It's just
You're
that
not.
it's like a lot to,
Yeah.
I'm happy to share it, to everybody.
Yeah.
Um, but my husband and I were going to France because we go back to France to visit his family.
Mm-hmm.
And on the flight, the international flight, you got to sit for hours, right? And I'm so stressed out about that. And I'm pushing my back into the plane seat because I figured that out that
Yeah.
could help me. But we went through turbulence, and every time the plane's going up and down, I am getting shocked and I'm screaming. But of course, you can't hear because the plane's so loud and all that's going on. But I'm like, and I'm like, okay, I cannot take this anymore. And then when we landed and we're driving back with his parents in the car, they're all trying to talk to me and say hi and everything. And I'm just not there. I'm just like hurting so bad, like every bump on the road. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to live that long,
Yeah.
So that was like the realization for me that was just, I can't handle that anymore. And then that's when I got really serious about taking it into my own hands after that.
Yeah.
So.
I know it's a lot. And we spoke on the phone about it, and it was so hard to open stuff back up that
I can't, yeah, it's hard to talk about it because it was just so bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, like I said, even on the phone with this sort of stuff, like, I relate to the PTSD of the helplessness and then the isolation in your own head, suffering so much that you genuinely almost re-feel it when you think about it, or you put yourself right back into the spot that you just were desperate to leave, and then it almost tricks you to think you're there again, and it like flushes everything you used to feel right now. And honestly, as hard as it is to talk about it, and as brave as it is that it's public sometimes,
Yeah.
I've been caught up in workshops where I almost start crying because I hear people, and it makes me think about my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, through the practice of the past few years of talking about it and realizing, wow, that really still affects me, and being okay with that, it is just practice, and I've almost grown to be more I guess at peace and less affected by it over time, because the more it's this taboo, like dark chapter of your life you never really talk about, and the pain, the more it's just gonna stay sensitive and raw, and it's up to every person how they want to deal with their shit. But I know you're super sweet and optimistic and happy, and you wear that on your sleeve to always be kind to other people and there for them. And so it's almost the exact antonym of who you try to be, is to show suffering and look what's going on with me and in the room you want to give. But
Yeah.
it's literally the best thing you can do is just know whatever you feel is okay, and it's real. Like, you went through so much, and me and my friends have seen you the past few days, and we've poked fun because that's just our style of care, but with like fear around heights.
Oh, yeah.
She has a fear of heights. And when we say heights, we mean the top of the back extension. And those 3 feet are really high when all it took was a 6-inch drop of turbulence for you to have 10 out of 10 pain. So everything's irrational crazy till you really think about the shoes you're in.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if we pushed it too far with some of these jokes.
No, it's awesome.
But
it's fine now. I'm good, like.
part of it is the fact that you genuinely are better, are getting better, and you're gonna be able to look at it and not just truly drop back into the seat of hopelessness, and it's gonna change over time. And
That's where I was, hopeless.
Understand to the degree I went through it what that feeling is like, and I appreciate you talking about it, because for your own sake, for me to hear as someone trying to build this, like I said in breakfast earlier today, like sometimes I can get in the build grind of this whole thing, And that's not the energy I started this with. I started this was, I'm pissed off that I was stuck like you were, and I was like, someone needs to do something about this industry. I was also really empathetic to anyone DMing me like you were, who's starting in that place. And I felt just so lucky I was out of pain and had this vision to do it. So I was like, it was so rooted in a passionate why that was put me to tears sometimes. And then with enough time, you just get like focused on numbers of growth and try to build and help more people like their numbers. But really, these are the stories that bring me back to,
I mean,
we're
honestly,
doing a good job. This is important. And I'm
yeah.
grateful that what I've already done, but also like grateful people are so willing to help more people like you, you know?
Yeah.
You spoke at the event and it helped a lot of people as well in Austin.
I mean, if someone helps a person like me, like, I am forever changed now. I'm forever, like, because, I mean, you know how low someone can get. And like you said, I'm a pretty positive person, and I was starting to, like, you know, feel a type of way that I've never really felt before, you know, like pretty down. And also, like, you know, pretty mean, pretty angry to people, and losing my patience and my temper a lot, and like things like that, because I'm just in pain all the time. And, you know,
it changes you.
It changes you, yeah. And then here someone comes along that, you know, actually gives something to fix it. I'm not like 100%, right? But I am so much better than, like, oh my gosh, like, that's all you would need to focus on, is just helping one person. You've changed my life so much. Like, I would fly across the world for you right now. Are you kidding me? Like, you know, that guy wanted to pay for your breakfast. I'm like, yeah, of course, right? Like just one person you help right here is me, and you've helped me so much.
Thank you.
I will forever.
Thank you.
I will forever.
It.
I will forever. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like, I'm so grateful. Like, we're all grateful.
Yeah, because it changes you. You know? And that's something a husband of someone or a wife of someone knows. That's what friends of people know. Almost better than ourselves, because it turns into this blurry memory that we try not to like think about, but we can't lie that when you live in chronic pain, it changes you, and you go from a patient person to an angry person. You go from an optimistic person to a nihilistic one,
and also, like, just like going back to France, right? Like, it would take me so long to just get out of bed and to take a shower and to get ready, you know, like, because you just have to like move in a certain way, and, you know, like, it's just exhausting. Like, everything is just exhausting. Like, as you know, you're like, oh, we're about to go somewhere. Okay, let me stretch a million times. Let me get myself ready, you know, like, let me get my mind right to put on a brave face.
You're in a lifestyle of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for you to come around is, you know, thank you. Seriously.
How did it happen? So from that moment
Okay.
on the plane and the realization, and you're in France, how long were you living in that sort of electric shock state and 10 out of 10 jolts? And
for a long time, like for a while, for months. And it was, you know, unbearable. I'm telling you, no way. And that's why I still have like a fear of having it, you know. And when I don't, like, even when I just picked up my legs a second ago to show you guys my
leg twisting.
Yeah, and I didn't electrocute. I was like, didn't electrocute, you know. But when I found you, so I found another program before you, and I did that for some time, but it was very gentle things, like, you know, extremely gentle. And that's all well and good. It, you know, it helped, of course. I think anything would help at that point, but my shocks didn't go away. And also the tightness, the pain. And that's the other thing. Besides the shocks, I had just general pain, like achy pain. And I would just be standing with friends or whatever, and I would be the one that's like, hang on, guys, let me just squat down for a second, you know, and go down on the ground. And from here now, you know.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk from here.
Yeah.
So I was, you know, dealing with all of that, and it's embarrassing. I mean, anyway, I know a lot of people on the phone, or a lot of people have the same kind of story. Yeah, they get it. But so I found you, I think, and I still don't remember, but I think I found you. I know I found you on Instagram, but I found you from Knees Over Toes guy. But I think you were on his podcast.
Right.
And I think I had Like I was doing the knees over toes guy program because I was like, well, my knees are shot too. Might as well work on that, you know. And then I found his podcast, or he were on some kind of podcast, and I was like, there's a back guy? And then I was like, I'm going to check this guy out, you know? And then I found you, and you had a program, and I reached out to you, and I said, hey, Brendan, like, I'm doing this program right now for, like, the other thing I told you about was, like, really gentle stuff. And I said, once I'm ready, I'm coming for you. And you were like, okay.
So I heard this before, whatever. Whenever you're ready, I'm here for the serious people, you know? And
Yeah.
I didn't know who April was.
I'm serious. I was just making sure that I could survive the gentle thing.
Right.
I mean, yours is extremely gentle, you know, but I was just like, can I lift my leg up, you know?
Yeah.
All right. And so then I reached out to you, and you had a specific program, the BBB.
Back Breakthrough Blueprint.
Yeah.
Thank God we dropped that name. That was going to be a tongue twister. Back Breakthrough Bazooka. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. I said I was going to put in the episode somehow. Play the songs. What time is it that I have to edit this? Oh, gosh. Oh, that's a real inside joke. Sorry for breaking character. Back to the third wall.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Back Breakthrough Blueprint.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
I had a Zoom group where I was first an in-person trainer. I've told this story enough times for them to sleep. And I trained about 30, 40 people in person. People started asking, hey, do you do online coaching on social media? I said, no, I'll never do it. Enough people asked, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of ridiculous at this point not to. And I did it with like 100 to 200 people max as a cap. And we had Zoom calls. I'd show the sessions live, and I would coach form. You'd send in submissions. April was very attentive and very consistent messaging. Sometimes about, you know, just like, hey, the weather pressure, the dew outside's a little high. Do you think I should tie my shoe with 2 knots or 1? And I'm like, oh, you're probably good with 1.
I'm telling you, I was
You
so
know?
low. I was like, is this the right shoe? I don't even know anymore. Should I take a step? I don't know. Help me.
And, you know, I just get the place she's at. So, you know.
Everything's broke. Help.
Yeah. I just looked at the science, April, and it looks like it's actually best to do no shoes. So I just... Yeah, so we went through a lot of that early on, and you kept progressing and did over a year there, and you kept on the journey even after I stopped that. There is no BBB, unfortunately, anymore, just LBA. And you kept on the progress you made and learned not just exercises, but principles of attacking these vulnerabilities and a different patience and mental model of how do you face bodily problems of your skeleton and muscles, and functionally, when something goes wrong, can we learn something? Did something cause it from excess? Maybe avoidance, not enough? Is there any trend to I get hurt every Wednesday after the Tuesday session? And you just start to explore what makes you scared, which we did a lot this weekend. And then we slowly push into it and find little wins. And if it goes wrong, we ask why and we learn. So I guess this is a good time to show. Faced a big fear today. April, lifetime runner, many marathons, then could barely even walk, hunched over like crazy. Running was gone for many years, and today we raced on the track. And I'm not a, like, you know, happy-go-lucky, let's see who's got it. Like,
I mean,
I would be the Make-A-Wish kid in something if I had to. Like, there's no, you know? So I tried my best, and we walked for a little warm-up for 1 lap. This is us literally walking our warm-up. And then after 6 weeks of that, you're going to try to add another day. So then like a Wednesday and a Saturday. I'm explaining her new training program. Slowly get back to a running 3 days a week, a 400-meter jog light. You're going to stick to that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because after today, she said, I could do another lap. And I said, see, this is what we're going to pause on. So we went on a little walk, and then we ran a lap around the track. We're going to have a full YouTube on it. You did great. This is a win. And we're pushing. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Watch that ankle.
Yeah.
This is full pace now.
They slowed it down. I'm a lot faster than this.
I dove for the finish. Did I get her? You did great. I didn't get her. But for real, I mean, you could see throughout the running, there was so much thought process going in there for you. You're like, I think I feel my hamstring. I'm like, I feel mine too. I have two of them. I mean, we all have hamstrings. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, is yours speaking to you in like French, or is it English, and is it kind, or is it harsh? You know, like, what is your hamstring saying? So I don't know. It's just there. I'm like, okay, so let's just focus on our cadence and landing in the middle of the foot. And those are the thoughts that are going to come. You listen. Anything useful? Doesn't seem like it fully. Okay, I hear you. Let's focus on our running and our stride. Let's move with the fear. And that was huge. That was in real time. The exercise you're going to have to do mentally. Because I know it actually is a big deal. After years of not running,
it is.
To run a lap on the track signifies something of a chapter closing and a new one opening. And it's not going to be perfect, smooth sailing, but you're so much better. Like,
I'm so much better. Like but in the past couple years, I can run for a few steps, right? But I don't think I can do a whole lap around the track.
We ran across the street to get to a trail 2 days ago.
Yeah, I can do that, right?
And she was like, guys, I just did it. We're like,
yeah.
Guys, stop. Oh, yeah, you did it. You did it.
That's right,
Because it really is like that for her. And then she just 10x'd it,
Yeah. I felt I could, though. I feel so much better. I do not have pain here at all. Like, I may have pain, in my feet still because, I told you about my feet, like from my back and stuff.
Things, imbalances go all the way down, contorted. She had that shift, so then the foot doesn't activate the same. The glute's not firing, so now everything's a little off. That's what we're working on.
Oh, yeah, because before, when I ever did run, like, say, in bodybuilding, right, I would run, my feet also did, like, this twisting, not burning, but extreme twist and sensation. And so, if my back doesn't hurt, well, something hurts so bad that I can't even, finish the run. I'm like, it's just so defeating.
Now I'm thinking about it, it's not so much of a mystery. When we talked first on the phone, I like to know what we're getting into with the real story. You told me that the running led to the twisting. I didn't fully know the lateral shift and also didn't understand, like, this thing. And clearly you had some devastating pain, not just to experience in your perception, but to your body alone, that it was such a pivotal, crucial thing for your body to avoid it. So when you were going through that plane ride, you're going through the 3 months and that, the years prior, you like learning to press into the seat, shift away from it. Even now, resting through the day of working, the little twist thing was for a reason, some reason. And you go so long.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's real. You go so long trying to just keep going.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's real. It's real life.
Sorry about that.
There's nothing to apologize for.
Okay. So anyway.
You've overcome more than people can understand. And you don't look like what you've been through. You look like a fitness model, as you've been, who's never gone through anything, and you just ran on the track. And it's beautiful how much we can overcome without becoming it,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not want to cry, but when you just told me that made me. I feel like you understand it. Like you got it. Yeah. That's right. I probably was getting off that.
Yeah, your body was doing everything it could to keep you going.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're so brave, and you've done the hardest work. And all that's really left is the physical sweating and pain, and then working through this.
Yep.
And
that's
both
right.
of those are okay.
That's right. Yeah.
And not everyone goes live on a YouTube to do it in front of people. Not everyone does it live on a podcast to do it. This isn't performative, and this also isn't hidden. This is just real life, what it's like when you go through that shit. And you're ambitious. You're not going to settle for less.
No.
So you have to go through this, and I'm sorry you did, and I care. And my friends care. Your husband cares. Everyone around that, when you go to the space workshops and you talk to other people who've been through it, it's like, if you've been through it, you get it. And there's nothing to apologize for.
Yeah. And I forgot what I was going to say. I have so much to say. So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
I want to talk about the back extension machine too, and going over it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's on the agenda.
That was back at That was next.
Oh, that was okay.
Dead next.
It's like, yeah. Sorry.
What would you like to talk about?
Well, one, I want you to ask the poll if anybody else
Okay. Okay, this has been a high contention sort of a topic that we're trying to get to the bottom of.
Okay, is anyone else out there afraid of going over on the back extension? Like, one, that your back is gonna like electrocute you, because that is always possible, right? But two,
People are with you there.
okay, right?
This is where they fall off a cliff with you. This is where they're...
The other thing is, I mean, do you fear that you might like lose control of yourself because you don't trust your body anymore, and your feet are going to slip out of that thing and you're going to fall over face first and, you know, around? I mean, I don't know, but it sounds silly when I say it, but I just have a fear of going because I don't trust my own body.
Now,
Anybody else?
I tease because it's silly that falling off the edge is scary. However, like we said earlier, it only took this fall for you to get in a lot of pain. So, like, okay, this is why it's silly. Hold on, let me just say this real quick. This woman went paragliding before.
Yeah. Actually.
So the fear of heights, you know what I'm saying? I was like totally with, okay, she's super just like skittish about height. She was on the back extension. And then she said, but I used to go paragliding. I'm like, oh, this is complex.
Yeah.
Freud would have a day with this one. This must mean something in psychology. I know it. And it's just bodily fear that formed into an identity, though. It's not that crazy.
Yeah,
It's not that crazy. I'll admit
Thank
it.
you.
It makes sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if they're going to say that, but I'm saying that.
Okay, yeah, I want to know, because am I the only one? Because I just see everybody else just like ripping them, you know, and I'm like, everybody's all right, you know. I know I'll be okay. And
Yeah.
actually, the progressions to where I am now, I'm so much better, you know, and I know that one day I will not have any fear anymore.
This is funny.
It's just the nervous system. I think my whole anxiety of the nervous system I have is just chronic. Everything was just broken down.
I'll show you because it's a good point on the back extension. I'm gonna show you because I was saying it's an irrational fear.
Yeah.
But actually, I've tipped.
Wait, what?
You like?
What?
Let me. Do I have footage? I mean, I have footage of the tip. So I've used certain back extension machines where I'm using a lot of weight, and they're pretty light. The machine itself is like 30 pounds, and if you genuinely this is what I would start to do. I forgot. I tipped one time. But I caught myself.
See?
I caught myself.
See?
I tipped one time. So I do back extension like this. This is after me learning my lesson. I started putting... No, what happened?
I knew it. See?
I just fed the demon of fear
No.
right there.
No.
Let me explain something. All that happened, I was going heavy, more weight than that. I do back extension, dinky little machine. And it would just...
Okay, well, that's a lot.
It would always go and lift. But one time I really tried to do a rep, and it went... You know when you're like teetering about to fall? It didn't just... It went... Now I'm balancing like a parkour guy. Drop the weight and I fly back.
See?
Now, then I learned my lesson, and then I would just I would put a weight there, you know?
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't tip, and then it'd be
That's a
fine.
good
Just do it.
idea.
Yeah,
That's
dude, that might make you feel better,
That
right?
might make me feel better, even
Yeah.
though I have no weight.
See, it's still moving.
body weight.
If that little thing would just go, you'd probably hate it.
I would hate that, yeah.
Yeah.
Any movement whatsoever, I'm like, wait. Nothing can move. Everything needs to be still.
Okay. Also keep in mind that it's in my genetics to exaggerate the hell out of stories. So did
Well, me too,
I
actually.
teeter and tip? Maybe not. But did I feel like I might fall like you're saying? Yeah, it happened once.
Yay. I mean, not.
It's okay. I'm offended.
I don't want you to
I'm
fall.
offended. That was rude.
Sorry.
While we're here, I also have your MRI, I guess. We'll just show it for people. Oh, what?
Jumanji.
Are you pranking me, Eddie? Are you back there, Mr. Producer, just disconnecting my Apple Play? As you can see here, I am an expert in nothing with this. I'm an expert in suffering going through it yourself, but I have eyeballs. That looks bulged to me.
Oh.
That also, this is news to you?
No, actually, no, but I just didn't know where it was. I just know something.
Oh, wow, you
Okay.
need...
The fissure.
Your
though.
gyno
Where's the fissure?
is your primary care. They
Not
want to know what they're
anymore.
looking at. So that's a cyst.
Not anymore.
Okay. Well, protruding, you know, they have different terms. There's herniations, there's fissure. A fissure is from, I might be wrong, but it's a tear in the disc wall, the annular fibrosis, the little outside wall. But that's a little bit out. That will cause nerve symptoms. Your spinal canal with the big spinal cord. The nerves branch out to the side that you can't see.
That will cause nerve system?
Yeah, I mean, that'll cause nerve pain specific. And it depends which way. This could be bulged that way or this way too. You don't really see the direction. And then you can see like little end plate changes, little changes to the bone and stress you had, osteophytes, a little growth there. Leads to narrowing between there, less absorption of the disc. This isn't out of my scope. I just have eyeballs, and you can look it up yourself. The vertebrae, the bones, healthy, shouldn't show much change in there. Anytime there's a really highlighted area, there's a lot of activity within the bone that's as a response of stress and load, and then it grows little bulges or ledges, and that's called osteophyte when it grows in the bone. It's like a bone spur is a version of that in your foot. Not the worst MRI though, but
Not the worst, yeah.
I'm not really from this angle. People have crazy like bling,
Yeah, I know there's way worse,
but
right?
it doesn't guarantee anything with how you're feeling, because what you
Yeah.
don't see is the dozens of different types of muscles there, and the state of tendons and ligaments, and then the other side of the view laterally, and then your hips and everything twisted with your soft tissue. So that's the problem though. You'll go look at this, and if I pretended like I'm a doctor, which I'm totally not and don't know what I'm talking about, I'd say, yeah, this is what the doctor said to me. Oh, you definitely do have some disc stuff going on, and then maybe a little bit of the DDD in the bone. They said that to you, right? Degenerative disc disease.
Yeah, and they said, "Oh, you should never run again."
Okay, well that's pretty drastic.
That's what he said.
Shit. So
Yep.
you know, you're like, yeah, not as much. Like usually the discs are hydrated like that. You see the white.
those
When
are
they're
pretty. I
more
wish I had those.
black, they're a little bit less. And they're like, okay, I can imagine pain, but you shouldn't be in that much pain. And that's what I was told. Mine didn't look like that. I had different things. But you kind of get an over-reliance on imaging and results
Yeah.
of just this. This is only bone, disc, nerve. There's a lot of percentage of people that don't have anything that shows up bone, disc, nerve, and they get told they have non-specific back pain, which one sounds like it's all in your head, when truly it could be musculature, it could be fascia-related, the connective tissue. This is like, by the time things break down here, you have lots of issues everywhere else.
Yeah.
Usually.
Oh, yeah.
And so this
Yeah.
may look the same, it may look different, and you feel so much better, and it's not really so much about this.
Well, that's what's interesting is because I've had like 8 MRIs, and I don't know which year this is because I have so many. But I just had one in December
It says
because
2022 on the picture.
Okay, yeah, I have like 2018, 2022. Like I keep checking.
It's like
'cause-
baby photos. You like to look
Yeah,
back
I
and
want to
just,
see
"Aw,
what's going on.
look at that."
But what's really interesting and is that, you know, since I've been feeling so much better, I wanted to get one more MRI on my back because I wanted to like show you or ask you or like, you know.
I thought the same, and I'm kind of like, what if it's cooked?
Well, that's what happened. So, you know, I feel amazing, right? And I go and get my MRI, and I'm like so excited to see the results. Like, I cannot wait, you know? I'm like,
Yeah.
I even call them, I'm like, all right, is it ready yet? And they're like, they send it to me. And I open it up, and it says, like, the progression of my disc have gotten smaller and stuff. And I'm like, I just, like, broke down, and I was like, I just cried all over again because I'm like, I feel so good, though. Like, I
Yeah.
thought that, like, somehow I would get, like, it would be, hey, good job, like it looks good now. Or I know we can't replenish the disc, right? Not yet.
I got some interesting stuff I've read, but go ahead.
Okay, well, not yet at least, but yeah. And so I was upset, but my hubby was like, yeah, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter how your discs are. It matters about how you feel no matter what. So
Amen.
you need to get over that. And I think you also have talked about that before. Like you don't need to look at the imaging, or you don't even image because it doesn't matter because that's how you feel.
I mean, like myself,
Yeah.
that's secondary.
That's
Now,
how you feel, yeah.
it can be a clue. It can give you some context to
Yeah.
something. If you're like, yeah, I think I can fix it, just something feels stuck. What is going on with this, guys? Just kind of, I might just turn it off at some point. And you're like, yeah, I think I can get better, and you don't realize, like, whoa, I got spondylolisthesis. Like, my spine is totally not aligned. Well, you may still train your spine and work on it, but you're going to take it differently when you're like, oh, I have a little flare-up. You're going to not want flare-ups. You're going to learn to not just push through those, you know?
Yeah.
Or at least just be more mindful. But it doesn't change the fact that if you have a spine, you should work on your spine. So if you got legs, you should walk on your legs. You know, it's just some basic stuff that no matter what is going wrong, don't take away everything that could go right. Because then you're just ensuring it's all going to spiral. And yeah, it is discouraging, though, when you think you're doing better and then you see something that's maybe it was 2% worse.
Yeah. Oh, it was a very, very small
which they would
percentage
chalk
that was
up to
not- yeah.
aging 3 years of normal life anyways.
Yes,
but
exactly. But I was just thinking that I would just be, because I feel so much better, and I have, like, you know, it's night and day from where I was to where I am now. And so I'm like, oh, that's just interesting. But once I got over that, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I don't care about the images anymore, actually, because it's how I feel. And I'm actually going to build the strongest back that you've ever seen. There's going to be muscles in my low back, like a six-pack.
There we go.
Just
That'll win
wait.
the bikini.
That'll win
division.
bikini.
No abs, but back abs?
Back abs. It's coming. Watch out.
Oh, yeah. Man. Man. I need to, It's kind of not fully agreed on and shown yet, but I remember looking through research and having people send me stuff. That was just interesting as a concept. Can look into it deeper if you want. That they followed long-term over distance runners and just looked at intravertebral disc height and the consistency at the right amount without previous serious injury and wear and tear, like they have a healthy functional spine. Through following up on multiple years, distance running and that manageable amount of loaded compression over time helped actually rehydrate discs. It was just something that's like completely deemed impossible and super foreign. Now, how practical that is, what's that's like when you're injured or not, it's interesting. But I remember hearing that, and that's like something you don't question.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a guaranteed fact. But then you just start to think, like we've shown. I mean, I show this time frame thing all the time as a oversimplified.
I love that. Yes.
You already know what I'm talking about.
Yes, that is actually that's something that gave me so much hope when I saw it. And I said, okay, so I'm here right now, and then I'm going to keep doing the whole routine, and I'm going to keep going, and I know in a few, months it's going to be this, my tissue is going to get better, my tendons are going to get better, and then finally, the rest. Sorry,
the rest.
Exactly.
Butcher
Steal your
it.
thunder.
Nah, steal it.
But yeah, I mean, that helped me so much. That gave me a timeline, and I'm in no rush. Like, if my back gets better, I don't care however long it takes.
Right. Yeah, I'll show it. The idea of tissue adaptability is just an oversimplified little graph. But I remember reading, I'm like, yeah, I just never thought of things in this way, and it's helpful to consider because...
Yeah. No one shows that, by the way. The doctor it would be nice for them to show something like this.
Yeah.
They don't even tell you that things are going to get better over time.
So it's oversimplified. The x-axis is weeks, 10 weeks, 20 weeks, 30 weeks, 40 weeks, 1 year, 2 years, talking about the adaptability of tissue, meaning how fast is it going to proliferate?
I can't say it.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Proliferate, specifically when stimulated properly and not degenerating to overuse or avoidance. This is idea of percentage. So if you injure a muscle, tear a little bit off the bone, a calf tear, you might feel 80% better in like 2 months. Yep. That's a hamstring pull in track, the middle of your hamstring, not to the tendon. Yep. If you go higher and get a high hamstring pull that's chronic, then that's where tendon is like, it might take a year to feel 60% better. How it feels doesn't always line up to the healing actually of the tissue. But just the concept that different things are going to take different levels of patience. And when it's on this side, there's a sort of splitting ground. When something takes longer than here to heal, we don't even think it's possible.
Yep.
ACLs heal on their own and reattach without surgery. That is within the past 2 years being discovered. Because the thing is, it would never work. You tear your ACL, I'm done for, I don't want the surgery. You stop working on it, it doesn't reattach and heal oftentimes. then people decided, let me push this knees over toes, internal knee stimuli to the max for years. Then over a multiple year time frame, all of a sudden, fibers that are detached are retaching. And they don't take hamstring graft, they don't take the patella tendon graft. They're literally just letting fibers reattach through the deep compression, forcing it. The body eventually picks it up. It's just so much later in that ligament timeline that people gave up on it like it's not possible.
Yep.
This isn't voodoo. That one's been proven. Tendons, the same. I've had partial tears. I had a patella tendon surgery. Look at that little cute line right there. It was so bad for years that they're like, it's not going to heal. There's no way to do it. So what they do, they cut it in half, stitched it back together, which was like, what's the point of that? And the idea was to stimulate healing. We're going to injure it, stitch it together so it's forced to heal. I could have just pulled the sled backwards and did isos.
Yeah.
But it took so long, it was like, it's not going to work. Cartilage, arthritis. Turns out we have similar properties to be able to regrow certain cartilage over a long enough time frame. It's just not as practical as going to PT for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So when you have something like a back injury that is involving diagnosable problems on the MRI, you're talking about ligaments, tendons, cartilage, bone, yeah. But the bone's usually not an immediate fracture, it's stress fractures, which is like progressive. Disc is probably here because disc walls, the annular fibrosis outer wall of the disc, is very much cartilage-like, if not even more avascular and less responsive, no blood flow. There's no way it doesn't have any response. That we know. And what's inside the disc, the gel on the inside, I don't know where that'd be on here, how that really works at that point. But just the concept that we oftentimes set the wrong goals for the wrong kind of tissue, so we don't think it's possible. And my optimistic thought is the time's gonna pass anyways.
Yep.
So are we going to be just doing nothing, which is going to ensure there's no change, or in the fairy tale land, you can reheal an ACL without surgery? Let me just do the thing that would be the right thing, that feels right, it feels better over months. And then 2 years later, you get an MRI and whoa, that's a miracle. And the miracles get repeated, then they study it and understand the miracle. Now the miracle's a fact. Like we didn't know a whole lot of shit in medicine only 60 years ago, and we're so quick to decide what's never going to be possible and what is. And then people are getting depressed about their outcomes and getting surgeries that are supposed to prevent the breakdown, but you don't know what steady work could do at the right level anyways, and you just end up in bad places, and you didn't even hold hope at any point of that. There's a difference of, I hope this surgery keeps me from getting worse, versus the hope of, man, I really wonder if this kind of stuff does build and add up over time. One is trying to run away from something, the other is really fighting towards a North Star. And when that treatment, the injections or the discectomy that's supposed to relieve you and prevent further problems doesn't prevent further problems, and you get a fusion and then you're really getting worse. Well, you took the safe route and you didn't get better. And you're on pills now and you're feeling stuck. It's a miracle that you even have any hope for life. I mean, I would just check out mentally there. So this is not a complicated science. It's a mental model. Long game is not about time. It's about the work you're doing over the inevitable time. And the shortcut stuff of feel better here, the 12-week programs, people selling you that, they're not equipping you for your actual journey that's inevitable. If you have real problems, you need real change, real patience, and it's going to have to be you, because we did go 100 weeks together, but we were really close here, and then you had to go take the training wheels off and do it solo more independently, and that's just the truth. So oversimplified, but we're really good at treating bones. Throw it in a cast, put a cast on it, it's going to be all right. Muscle, just give it time, don't overuse it. Nerve sounds complicated because you're like, people have chronic nerve pain for many years.
I was worried I would have something like that.
But it's not the nerve injury that's leading to that. It's the fact that nerves are within fascia, and if fascia's contorted and tight for years, nerves stay impinged. If bones are broken on the nerves, you feel the nerve pain. You can have nerve pain on an uninjured nerve. It's just compressed for years. It's not the nerve's injury. You can have a nerve injury, but it's the same reason you could sleep wrong and get a zing, or you could have a sleep. You didn't injure the nerve, you just compressed it. So do that for 10 years. It's like the whole time you could have a healthy nerve that's just structurally getting wrestled by all the other shit breaking.
Yeah.
So anyways, you could imagine wherever discs are on that, this is where people, this is the splitting ground of when people give up, just get the surgery, don't even worry about it. And this is where people say conservative rehab is good. Make of it what you will.
Yep, I love that chart.
Yeah, it helps, right? When you're starting a journey, you're like, it's never worked. And you just start to visualize,
Yeah.
okay, patience,
Yeah.
but also
Yeah.
a plan that has to be easy enough to start, but then progressive enough that it goes hard enough that it keeps putting harder levels over time. Because you can't be doing the same thing day one as day 1,000. You know, day one you were doing holds a little bit,
Yeah.
but now you just did a bunch of reps on the back extension and
Yep.
really pulled on all the tissue of the spine, decompressed, and then recompressed. A lot of shear force, a lot of things people may say is dangerous. You built up to it, and you don't have pain the next day after doing it.
No, I was scared.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
And that's
so,
an exercise the experts say are too dangerous to do, the back extension.
I will
So-
never listen to that. I will always do those. Yeah, and I, even yesterday, you know, well, whenever I do the program, the way I do it is like I do the ISO holds, I do the back extension hold, and then, you know, like the single leg holds, and then I do the 30 reps, right? But I space
Break it
them
up.
out. And yesterday I thought that, you know, because we did a lot yesterday, and I was like, oh man, it might flare. It might be the
You
first
didn't
flare.
do that warm up. You didn't do the whole procedure.
Yeah,
You
and-
did probably 2.5, 3 minutes of holds total. You probably did 30 reps total.
Yep.
Did a crazy amount of hip stuff in the videos.
I was like, yep.
Sled like crazy.
The sled, oh my gosh.
Gave her the world's heaviest sled as a prank.
Yeah, they
Oops.
pranked me so bad. It was so heavy. And it wasn't. Yeah, that was embarrassing. But yeah, I thought, okay, I was worried that I was going to have a flare up, but I didn't. Actually, I'm very good, and my walking asymmetry is 0.
For
So,
real?
yep.
That's beautiful. So,
I also wanted to talk about,
I
I
was
don't know
going
how
to
much.
say, you were asking to talk about the back extension. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we talked about that, but we didn't talk about like, also like, you know, I got shots before. I don't know if that's relevant. You know, all the PT
Yeah.
I've done.
Yeah, you
know.
definitely. Okay.
But I don't know like.
You had a decade of
I know
back
I've had
pain.
A decade
What were
of
the
back
things
pain.
that you tried?
Oh, okay. Right. So, like I said, I went to the chiropractor once a week. And the chiropractor I go to is they use a activator tool, so they don't actually manipulate you. They, you know, but I started
Shock you a little bit.
Yeah,
Activation, stimulation, that.
Exactly. And I started to get addicted to that, really, because I felt like I could not function without going to the chiropractor. And
We heard of this actually on the tour.
really,
Remember in DC, there's a guy who said he would almost get in like a garbage can of it, and they would just zap him from the waist down like crazy. And he was like, yeah, a lot of NFL guys do it, but he would have to turn it on 10 out of 10
like
to
a
get the
TENS
pain.
unit in a garbage
Yeah,
can.
it would activate everything and kind of like desensitize the nerve.
I believe it though.
His might have been less about muscular activation, like it wasn't pads on muscles as much, and I think it was more of a stimulating purposeful nerve activations or something. It's almost same thing an ablation would do. You know, cauterize a nerve or burn it. It's like he was just
right.
zapping them so they
Right.
give up for the day, and he got addicted to it. And it's like, man, what an extreme end to go to purposely exhaust something your body is doing so it can't do it anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
and the rebound of that's usually not fun.
Yep.
So you were addicted to that.
Yep, I was. I literally once a week I would go to the girl that does the bodybuilding like massages, and
Yeah.
I would see her, and then I would go to the chiropractor, and that whole ordeal would take like my entire afternoon. So then I would have to work at night to catch back up of what I've missed, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was just like this terrible cycle. And sometimes I would go 2 times a week to the chiropractor because I would not feel well after that. And I'm like, oh, something's off. I need to go back, you know? And it's just so nice because now I really don't need it. I still go like every 4 weeks. Honestly, I should not go anymore because I'm hypermobile. And I learned this was a breakthrough I had, was that since I'm hypermobile, I shouldn't be going to the chiropractor that much because my joints are mobile. I need stability. I need strength through stability. I need what he is, what you have.
Yeah.
And so it's just now I'm in my head and I got to work on getting out of that mindset where I need to be fixed every second because I'm actually good. I don't need to be fixed.
This is good. This is a real good point to talk on. So she's so much better. You're not in chronic pain anymore. The journey has affected you equally mentally as it did physically with your pain. That's not just it's not an understatement. Like at the point you're at now, you're probably 70% of the way there to the standards we set physically, maybe 75%.
Oh, that's good.
Strong.
I'll be there soon.
Not to the point where I'm like strengths checked off. Like there's no need to keep building, further. The mobility and control in the mobility, like we showed, not max range, but the max control and strength at some ranges for the hypermobility. That's like 70% there. I feel like you've gotten better at knowing when's too much range and when to control it. But the mental side, we both acknowledge like, yeah, this is where you need a new phase of the program of life where you're going to observe yourself patiently in moments where you're afraid, and you don't even need to change it today. You just have to spot it and then have intention to, this is something that's going to go over time.
Yes.
The confidence isn't meant to be built by just ditching the fear. Just slowly add evidence in the direction of what I can do over time. It just feels a little more silly worrying about what you can't do.
Yeah.
And that's only done through work, whether physical body or even mentally. Noticing fear, that's a fear that used to make sense, and I get why I had that.
Yeah.
Right now, I actually haven't had that kind of pain, so it's not needed, but I get why I had it. That that little step of process just broke the loop of habitual fear pattern in your body just a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep doing that. We did that by running. That was an example.
Yeah.
We do that by talking about it.
Yep.
You do it by thinking of the old times, working through the emotions, giving it space. So next time it's a little bit less of this extreme gut-wrenching experience. You do that in any way that challenges you, that you don't run from. It could be bite-sized, but you got to try. And you're committed to it.
Oh, I'm so committed. I'm there. Yeah. I mean, if something helps you tremendously, like I'm in. Like I'm 110 in,
Yeah.
Like,
because you have what do you still do now? What are some things that you do now that is less about your body and more about your mind? That you're like, you still do it as the identity of someone injured, but it doesn't even necessarily help physically. Like, what are some things?
Okay. Yes. I know I don't need it, right? Like I know it. I know that. Like, of course. But because I went through this thing that I can't seem to get over, mentally, that I still need to do these things. And one of those is like hip bridges, because that's what I was taught early days before your program was hip bridges. But now I chase that full extension, like where I do it in a way you're not supposed to do. Because I like to feel that arch in my back. I like to feel, and then I go down and I feel like each spine. And then if I don't do it 100% how I want to do it, then I'm like, let me redo that. And then I'll keep redoing that, even though I know I should just go to bed. But I'm like, no, I want to make sure I'm good. I need to make sure I feel good. Like, I don't want that pain to come back. I don't want that electric shock to come back. It's so weird.
Yeah. It sounds neurotic until you think about there was a time where you were in such pain that you were trying stuff like that and it wasn't working until you went all the way on all of it and it did work one time and your body's like, oh, this equals life-saving relief. And it was somewhat true the next 3 months. It had some truth the next year, less truth 2 years down the line. It doesn't even apply at this point. And unfortunately, it starts to actually be abrasive and overdone and cause new issues. And I went through the same. My savior was decompression hanging from a bar, then press-ups, and I would do the Cobra Mackenzie press-ups, 100 a day. I also had side glides that I'd push my hip into the wall. This routine of self-chiropractic manipulations, basically, just shifting myself where I should be, that actually used to feel something early on.
Yeah.
And then I gave myself tendonitis and joint issues in my facet joints because I'm cranking my spine 50 times a day without strength. It's just like cracking over and over and over, and it's not even doing anything anymore. But if I had a flare up or a different ache in my back, I go to my security blanket of these back Band-Aids.
It's my security blanket.
And first step is awareness of all addictions,
Yes,
right?
yep.
All right. The second step is
And
get over it.
it's
No, I'm kidding.
I know I need to get
It's
out
not
of
like
it.
that. It's just like be aware of what it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you do it, that's fine.
Yeah.
And my oversimplified advice is like, while you're doing it, you're like, yeah, one day I won't need these. Even if today you're like, this is silly. Because what's dumb with trying to quit something is having guilt about wanting to quit something,
Yes.
but you know life isn't really in the position to quit it right now anyways, but you're like, I have to, and you hate yourself, and then now it's the thing you hate but can't get away from, and now it's that toxic ex you just got a text. You know, it's just like, you're never breaking that. You're never breaking that. You have to be like, I understand it, I have peace with it, one day, whatever. I don't know.
I do like that. Like, I know I will quit it one day. And actually,
Maybe that's a bad model too. Maybe that's what real addicts say too.
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, though,
I'm just trying, guys. I'm not an expert of shit. Keep in mind,
I think it's going to work, though, because
me talking tends to help people, but sometimes it's probably not right. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's actually right. Because last night, instead of doing like 16, like I kind of do sometimes, where I just can't stop, and then
Yeah.
I have to do like 1 million, like hip openers and stuff. I did do a few hip openers, but I was like, okay, I'm only going to do 4 hip bridges. And I did 4.
Yeah.
So I know I can stop that, you know, like, and again, with more evidence, I will completely stop it. So,
Yeah.
but it's just crazy how your mind is after all of this.
This reminds me of a thing that happened last week. So, this upsets me. I don't know why this gets me.
What?
In Austin, the workshop, more that event than anywhere else, I had 4 people come up to me and tell me the story of how they were genuinely going to kill themselves because of back pain. And every time it sets me aback and I sit and I listen. We record everything. It's not clout chasing. I'm documenting the reality, and I feel weird sometimes posting it. But then people tell me, please never stop posting it because I didn't know other people were going through it. So I go, fine. So I post this story of this guy, you know, telling his situation about, I was so lost. My wife was watching me and helping me together for years, and we just couldn't do it. And nothing was getting better. I was to the point where it was so much suffering. I couldn't be here anymore. I was gonna kill myself. And then he explains, it's all on video. And he says, you know, my wife was there through it all, and we reached the point where she was like, hey, I understand how you feel. I understand that you feel like you have to kill yourself. And that wasn't the full statement, but that was the main statement of so down bad, he felt like he can't do this anymore. And she's there like helpless over years of trying, not quitting on him, but going, I'm not going to gaslight you about what you're going through. I understand. She's not encouraging it. She's not hoping it. It's probably the worst thing she's ever heard in her life. And she's like, I get it. Honestly, she can understand. You know who can't understand? People in fucking comment sections acting crazy going, L wife, what the fuck? You lost, bro, why are you posting this? And I'm like, yeah. I forgot how quick people are to react to how someone deals with the pain they never fucking had. And it made me so angry, and I never answered to comments. But I'm here like seeing myself type comment, delete it, type it, because I'm just like, this isn't going to go the way I want. Because I just know how crazy things seem when you've never, ever been in anything like it.
Yes,
And
exactly.
talking about,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I have to do 16 of this exercise, otherwise I feel bad. And if I skip it, I feel my back better. Someone can be like, yeah, you need a psychiatrist.
Right.
It's like,
yeah.
sure, it is very easy for you to say that because everything's crazy until you go through it.
Yes.
And people have no limits of the audacity of things they're going to pretend like they would handle different. And that shit pisses me off so much
Thank
because
you for saying that. Yeah.
it's a vulnerable moment. That's a real person who's okay with being filmed because he only knows about me because I filmed everything. And he knows he's expressing gratitude. He's still alive. The wife is a stat. We're all happy.
Yay,
that's
Woo!
good.
It's great. Let's share it so we save more people. And then
Yeah.
people are being fucking weird because they're like, oh, that's not how you should support someone grieving. Just swipe, bro. Like, you don't belong here. This isn't for you, and you don't know what this is about. And then it gains momentum, and that's the only shit that triggers me, and it lets me remember I still have a piece of me in this whole battle too, because the gaslighting of living in back pain young too,
Oh,
and being an
yeah.
athlete and not being overweight, the gaslighting does something to you. The isolation of feeling you have to hide it and there's no help anyways.
Yep.
And then people projecting on how you should handle your rock bottom. It's like, yeah, you're one exposing you're ignorant to the topic, but it's shocking the lack of awareness some people have. You don't have to go through back pain to get that. You just have to go through something deep enough to be like, you can suffer so bad. I can watch someone suffer so bad that me saying, no, you can't quit on me, XYZ, is not the right thing to do anymore. And you go, I'm praying every day we gotta get out of this together. The only thing I can ask of you, because I might lose you no matter what, is that you know I had peace with you and you really had me. And I'm going to be honest. And honesty means, fuck.
Yep.
I see you barely able to live every day.
Man.
And I understand. We're going to keep trying to the end and we're going to fight for it. But people are just, it's like, that's why I got to just close the phone for like a week, you know? And it just gained so much traction. That was like the most liked comment, and I'm just.
That's what people saw.
Yeah, right. That's what people who didn't have the issue saw. But there's a whole lot of people who probably understand what that is. But I'm like, that exactly embodies why it's so isolating and demoralizing to go through it. Because you get versions of that at the doctor's office. You get versions of that when the doctor tells you to go to a psychologist.
Yep.
I was referred to psychology when I was going through physical problems.
Yeah.
But it's like, it wasn't in my head, you know? And there's just so many examples and stories. I've been in so many ER visits at 3 a.m. because of issues. I've been misdiagnosed with stuff. Rare heart disease. That was not a heart disease. Yeah, that'll make you on edge about shit. And then it was just a tired doctor that day that didn't care. Not dissing all doctors. It's just like the lack of empathy and understanding of how people become traumatized. I lived in pain for like a third of my whole life. And meanwhile, I just watched all my peak athletic years go, and it was my whole identity.
Yeah.
And I had sacrificed more than anyone I knew, and I was dedicated. And then you go to that to like be in and out of the doctors. You get addicted to drugs. You try a surgery. It doesn't work. You're trying these people online. Then there's sleazeballs selling you $1,000 bullshit. And there's like, yeah, it's a miracle that more, I don't even want to bring up the case, but the whole CEO dude that got murked of the healthcare.
Yeah, right.
Not saying that has anything to do with him. Rest in peace to a dude. I don't care if you think he's good or bad. I don't give a fuck about that whole shit. The point is that it's a miracle that chronic pain cycles of the guy and his mom and the people, loved ones around, the fact that people don't do more crazy shit. I mean, it's like the amount people are suffering.
Yes.
If anything, don't comment some fucking dumb shit to the person who's commenting, because he might read that. And it's just, it just makes me so angry. It just makes me so angry, and I just gotta not care. But it's like, this is why it hurts so much for me to go through it, more than the physical pain.
Yeah.
The gaslighting, the hopelessness, and people's reactions, and studying in school, and just all of it, and the arrogance of it's just like,
Even when I think I mentioned to you that, like going back to like the things I've done, you know, I even went to go get like it was the beginning of getting my nerve ablated or something, but they wanted to see if it would even work, so they did a shot of lidocaine in my back. They said a shot, right? But it was 10 shots. And they, like a team, I didn't, you know, I'm face down, right? And a whole group comes in there and they're shooting like the needles in my back all, you know, and I told you I had a hypersensitive back. Like you can't even touch my back, you know?
Yeah.
And to not even like let me know that was going to happen. So I'm like freaked out, you know, and my whole back tightens up in spasms. And after that, they like played it off like it was nothing, you know. They were like, oh, you're okay, you know, and I'm having a full-blown panic attack, you know, which, by the way, I have panic attacks because of all this, you know.
Yeah. My friends could tell you. They've seen me turn blue in the face, almost die. I'm not an anxious thinker. My body still has some trails of panic. I've many times have real bodily sensations. I'm not an overthinker in my mind, but that's a real byproduct.
It's turned me into an overthinker and into an anxious person because, every sensation you're like, am I okay? You know? But anyway, I just say that, like, I feel that because, everybody is just like, oh, calm down, you're okay, and you're like, I'm not okay. Like, how dare you do that to me? I'm here for this pain. And like,
Had her husband
oh yeah,
going Pacquiao and Mayweather, getting kicked out, security up.
security
Hope I
came
can share
to
that,
get
but
my
it's
hubby
like,
because like
I'd be pissed too.
because I come out just crying in hysterics, and he's like, "What happened?" And I'm like, 10 people injected
Just
me
held
at
me
once.
down and-
yeah,
yeah.
they held me down. It was like the worst thing ever. By the way, the shot didn't even work. The lidocaine didn't even work. So
Yeah.
which, I was desperate, trying everything at that point too, and
It's a lack of empathy. It's a lack of humanity. It has nothing to do even with malpractice. We're
He's
just
still
talking
psycho
about
now,
yeah, we're talking about human decency, and you would expect the most understanding and empathy from people who work in that field. The double-edged sword, you see something every day, you get desensitized to it. But it's just there's good people in every field. There's people that are a little impatient and not fully there in every field. It just really sucks when you're the professional meeting someone who is on the ledge. So it's like, God, I hope they really care about their job today, because this person's relying on them. And there are people, but I've had a lot of the bad.
Yeah.
And so, man.
It's a lot.
Well, that's a big, real podcast. That's a real good convo. What are we at? We got plenty of time. Don't want to run out of storage. We got plenty of time. So.
We do? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
It's rich because you've been through it. You've been through it so much, and it's loaded with so much stuff. Training-wise.
I do want to show you, like, I don't know if during the podcast, but my back extension.
The bridge?
The bridge, but I
Just
don't
do
want
it.
to do it on camera.
Oh, you don't want to?
Well,
Is it crazy?
it's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
maybe we can film it later
Okay.
or something.
Do you want to do one off camera, and then
Yeah.
we decide whether or not that's appropriate
Yeah.
for the kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. But that's like
Drop
one
and
thing.
give me 50.
Oh, right now?
Let's see. Or do you need something soft?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it later. This shit sounds crazy. It's probably not. It's probably a glute bridge. Am I right? Or what? It's a glute bridge?
Yeah, and it's like.
But you just go.
Yeah, no, I'm like
bend your spine crazy?
Yeah, the spine I know is overextended, and also when I come down now, I feel little pops in my back, which feel great, and so I'm like, is that okay?
Get a load of this guy.
Is
Chasing
that-
the pops.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No.
I mean, hey.
Is it true?
Well,
No?
sometimes I spar Eddie and he smacks my neck like a bobhead and it all cracks. So I just spar him and don't even like put my hands up. I just like the. Is that good?
No, it doesn't sound good.
It's called a
can't be good for
hyperbole.
business.
Yeah, it's definitely an extreme.
So it's not good then, because it feels good.
Okay, I trust you
No, don't
to
trust
know
me. I
what
don't
your
trust.
body's telling you. I don't know.
I want you to
Maybe if
check.
you do it just hard enough, everything goes back forever, like a child. Like maybe we just haven't tried hard enough. Maybe the chiros aren't. Maybe the manipulations aren't wrong. What do they call the ring dinger? Maybe you just need 2 trucks going the opposite direction. Like send it, and maybe everything truly.
Send it.
You are ready to go to the track.
Yeah.
Run repeats.
I was hoping you would tell me. It's
Yeah.
good.
And remember Enoch's shoulder got dislocated.
Oh.
And me, I'm the fake friend doctor. Like, what do we do? Well, Brendan kind of knows the most, I guess, maybe about how joints work. Give me that arm, buddy. Right after dislocated, I'm watching a YouTube video on the left. I'm like, let's
Well, I would
breathe for
trust
me.
you, though. Can you put it back in?
Hell no.
Oh my gosh.
I cranked that thing into his hip. That shoulder went to the ribs. He said, I said, how's that feel? I said, okay, we're going to the ER.
Oh no.
I'm watching the video. He
Alright,
said,
no.
breathe deep, pull it down. And I said, yeah.
No. didn't
Maybe I just didn't pull hard enough, though.
Maybe you
You know? Then that's...
I still trust you with my back, though. I still, despite that, I still.
You know
trust.
how it went back? Which is always a good lesson we take for the body in general. All this stuff trying to move his shoulder. He's been to the ER too. They do that, right? They would try to crank it, throw it, move it, they numb you, put him to sleep to forcibly do it. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but probably neither do the ER nurses that are cranking his arm too. And oftentimes what puts his shoulder back in place after 15 dislocations, it gets very dislocated, And we're sitting there. He gets calm enough. Finally, his body relaxes the resting tone of his nervous system, the tissue, and he's breathing deep. And we're waiting for the doctor in the ER, and he breathes. And it goes, all right, let's go. And we get out of the hospital.
Really?
Yeah. Just
What
through
the heck?
the relaxation of the tone, of all the muscle, everything chilling out, a deep breath creating pressure within everything, the core, and then even the shoulder, scapula. It wanted to go back. And this happened many times. And it's like you could yank it back to relax, or you could actually force yourself, relax. You could actually decide to sit and be still and work on the breathing and let the nervous system come down, let the tissue relax, and through enough of that, things can relax that way. So there's the realigning through force, and then there's the realigning through your body doesn't need to be guarding all wounded anyways, and it just goes back. And that's kind of the whole point of really chronically tight tissue and all these imbalances and tension. We tend to take a hyper aggressive approach of a stronger massage, of a more intensive get that knot out. Meanwhile, that knot didn't get in there through aggression. It slowly formed protectively.
Yeah.
And then you do the opposite, relax, and it slowly melts away.
Yeah.
But we don't really take that approach. We're like, oh, it's getting messed up slow over time. Let's do the fast fix. There are no short-term fixes to long-term problems. That's called a short-term Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Now you have a bigger long-term problem.
Yep,
And so
that's right.
whether that's healing a back that's degenerating slowly over time, nothing you do just today can prevent all the future problems. It might feel better. You're going to need a long-term solution of steady work over time. Back extension 3 times a week, iso holds, build the reps, you know what to do. You apply it to wherever, you can find your own exercise route, you can make your own personalized plan. But it's just interesting that sometimes the answer is less, and it's listening to your body and improving the quality and intention, not intensity, harder, more aggression. We're going to force healing through brute aggression. It's like you could, we talk through so many analogies with my team to understand this stuff better, and we're like, one of them, I think we talked about it, was like, treat your injured body kind of like parenting a child or something, and if it's guarded and tight and it's afraid, it's like if a kid's shy and they're all guarded up and afraid, you like go to it, shake them up and yank them, like, relax, open up. It's like, yeah, you're never hearing that kid talk again. You have to slowly cultivate new evidence. Hey, look at that, you're a winner, you did a cool thing, celebrate. And he's like, oh, I'm a little bit less on guard. And then you do it again over a week. Oh, I'm a little less on guard. They become expressive. But someone shut down and you go, stop being so shy. Speak up. It's like, why do you think he's not talking in the first place? We don't do that.
Yeah.
I have this many kids, so I'm a good parenting, counselor. We always debate, is kids hard or not? I think it's easy. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it seems like the body's listening to you every time you try to force it. It's probably like, hey, bro, like, come on, like, you gonna stop one day and listen to me? Like, I'm trying to, something's not going well. And anyways, I think you've had a really strong version of that. Your body goes and contorted, twisted, and your body was doing things to try to prevent it.
Yep.
And you were going to extreme massages and extreme manipulations, and it helped the feeling, but it didn't help the function in the situation.
I would walk out of there and I'd have a one sigh of relief, like, I'm better now, like, I feel better, okay, and then as soon as I got home, and I'd be like, okay, I need to clean the house or whatever, right? I need to get back to work, or I do one thing, like I vacuum or I pick up a cup and I'm like, oh, it's back, know, and it's just like devastating one more time, you're just like hopeless again, and mad and just like exhausted, just angry. Yeah. Back in the whole loop of things.
So
don't recommend. 1 star.
If you could make a recap, let's think about it.
Make a recap?
Yeah, just I think like someone wanted to read the cover of your book. We just did the whole book.
Oh boy, I don't know.
At the back. Let me think of the best way to ask you it, so that way you can think about the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's think about what went wrong, and I want to know what went right. So as somebody who was a serious athlete and you went through major spine issues for decades, you had to stop running, you had to stop bodybuilding, your body got contorted and hurt. What was the biggest thing that lets you get back to these things slowly and surely? It doesn't need to be simple, it doesn't need to be one exercise, but overall, what did your mind go to? What got me back to these things?
Okay, it's not going to be like a one-word answer.
It's fine.
Okay, if I think about it, the biggest things, I'm sorry, but one was finding you, because that gave me hope. And we've been talking about this, right? Like before, I was going to all the doctors and relying on that information first because I don't know, right? I don't know to do my own research or anything or to check, because the first thing I'm doing is like, well, doctor will tell me what to do, right? So that is like the circus of going through all out Austin, like going to so many different, specialists and everything, right? So there's that. Finding you was like hope for me because I'm like, okay, that one program helped a little bit, so let me try. And then I was doing knees over toes, and I'm like, okay. And then listening to the podcast that you guys were talking about, and I'm in the car bawling, listening to that because I'm like, oh, that's me, like that's me. So that gave me hope. So that's like one thing. Then in terms of exercises, I have to say, back extension is gold standard.
So would you say the back extension helped you the most with your back pain?
Yes. Back extension, and I also want to give a shout out to the outer hip drop set for sure, because I do that like almost every day. Is that too much? I love it. Have to do it. Too much?
Maybe
Probably.
every other day.
All right, every other day. Sure. Okay. Outer hip drop set, and then the pigeon hold on the bench.
Yeah.
That one. Those are like my three main go-tos that have gotten me like out of my pain. Also, I love the tibialis raise, though, and because before I wasn't doing that, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
And I have to think because the other ones are just great, they help. But now I know what did we do yesterday?
Butterfly.
The butterfly.
Yeah,
I've been skipping that, but
yeah.
I won't skip it anymore.
What about non-exercise things? What's helped you
me?
get over? Yeah, given like.
Oh, okay.
Back pain changed your identity.
Yeah.
How did you get back to being yourself?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I do want to say, like, the chiropractor and, the massage and all that, those were Band-Aids that helped me get to you, right? Because I think if I didn't have anything, then I would just be like, one contorted mess,
But you say me. What do I represent, though? Because it's like...
What do you represent?
It's flattering. You're like,
yeah,
it was you did it, but what? I actually didn't do anything. I was in New York and just.
Well, you put in the bones of this program,
yeah.
And that program gave me a routine to do. Mm-hmm. And even though I'm skeptical, I'm not sure or whatever, like we always say, like time is going to pass anyway, might as well try it, So yeah, that's what you gave me.
And the results that came.
Doubling
down.
And so once I started getting better, I'm like, well, I'm going to keep doing it, And since I had your program on the BBB, and I'm talking to you through the videos, and I'm like, okay, I did this. I'm scared of the back extension right now, so I'm just going to go. And I told you I'm going to go like this right now on just the handlebars. And you're like, yeah, you're going to get a sick pump. And I'm like, all right. And I'm just taking it easy one step at a time. But it was just great to have you and great. And now you talk every day. You're on Instagram, and like if you just need some help in getting started, you can just watch you, and like I put you on my headset and I'm around the gym and stuff, and I'm just listening to you. So it just helps me get going.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it's your program that helped me the most. So
yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you. So
is that promotional? I don't know.
It's true.
Lowbackability.com.
What?
Pay what you want. The whole program is truly accessible, community oriented, and we hope you check it out. We got a lot of shuffling and moving and smiling back here. What's going on? Oh,
what?
We're breaking the third wall, everybody. I love a good secret.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This could go anywhere.
Well, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you were and I remember telling my husband about this, is that like I'm gonna sign up with this guy, you know, I'm not sure, you know, but so you are my hope, but yeah, now you're just straight, you're the fact, like you are absolute fact. That's it. Like we were talking about that, like it's a fact. If I've
been immortalized into a fact.
I'm sorry, but I tell everybody, I walk around everywhere and I'm like, do you have back pain? And they're like, I do. And I'm like, oh man, okay, so you got this guy, Brendan.
Yeah.
So lame, you know?
Yeah.
But it's true. And I'm telling everybody I know, I'm like a walking billboard for you,
Yeah.
and I don't care.
We're
Because
never beating the cold allegations now.
I'm sorry, but it's
Hey, it's your truth.
it's my truth.
Which is me, because I'm true.
Because
Because
if
I'm
you're-
a fact.
if you're
Hey,
hurt,
I'll take it.
if you're hurt and you do the back extensions
Yes.
and you do these certain moves and you do it consistently,
Yeah.
and you do it over a long time, like what, I'm 2 years in or whatever.
100 weeks.
I'm much better. I'm not like 100% better. I can't just go sprint outside yet, but I know I have hope that I
did.
will. I did go fast. It
Yeah.
shocked them. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, I know that I will get back to that now, you know, and I might have a flare up. But the thing is that even though I might have a flare up, I know I can overcome that flare up. I know that I will get better because I'm
work you've
better.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know I can accomplish that. Like, I'm like, all right, if I get hurt, it's okay. I'll be mad. That's the thing I don't want now, is I'm just going to be mad
Yeah.
because now I just have like, sometimes I have a smidget of pain in my left side here. And when I do, I'm so angry. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want any pain now because I'm so used to having
Yeah.
no pain.
You lost the battle, you're going to win the war.
Yeah.
Now, I hate losing a game of basketball to Eddie. I get mad, but I know he's never beating me 2 weeks in a row. So it's like,
Yeah,
fine.
right.
Next week,
Right.
it's all good. He'll
Yeah.
get this one. It's
Yeah.
the battle's won.
So
The
I'm
war's
sorry
there,
to
though.
say that, but what was your question?
Sorry.
Did I even answer it? I don't even know.
You did
What-
a great
I did?
job.
Okay.
You did. You did it right here. You heard that.
Well, it's
I'm
true.
a fact.
This
okay?
guy-
Action
this
turns
guy-
opinion into fact.
This guy, you know?
That's so funny.
This guy.
I am definitely obnoxious, arrogant. The things people accuse me of, like, I
Well-
don't know myself. Guys, I just was shy earlier on the camera, and now I'm annoying. My heart's in the right place.
It
Keep my
is.
ego in check.
It is in the right place.
I take pride in this work because it's like, damn, who would have thunk it? It wasn't supposed to be me, but here I am. I'm a fact. But truly, like, taking that away, I'm done now. I really, I'm really in awe at the impact someone sharing their story can have on someone else, and even with me guiding through hunches. And I share my hunches enough and try them on my own and live them out to where they become like very strong hypotheses. And enough people do it to where it's becoming a communal experience, a large group anecdote. Eventually, someone in a lab coat's going to make it a scientific fact, but right now it's a Bren fact.
I can't
Good
wait.
enough. And it's like, it's just crazy how that ball gets rolling through you trying. Help yourself, share what you found. Help others, share what they found. Be honest. Don't be a guru if you don't have to be. Just, hey, I tried this and it actually doesn't work. So now I'm trying this out. And
Yeah.
so the 100 weeks in the back extension, yeah, it's going to heal you, or it's going to teach you something and you're going to tweak it until either that's going to help heal you or you'll find something slightly different or a different approach. You're going
Right.
to check off the strength box. Good, that's done. Now you have other things to work on. But it's like, that's the approach. I feel like that's my biggest contribution, is to try to give the hope that's based on, yes, a plan that's alterable if it needs to be, and then also a patience and like a different sort of a different goal. Because you go to the doctors and the goal is to get rid of pain, and it's like getting rid of joy. It's like, what are you it's a sensation you have to experience at times. Why do you have that? And so
And
yeah,
and now, like, since
thank you is what I meant to say.
Oh my gosh, no, thank you.
No. I'm serious.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. Start crying again. Okay, no, but even like now, right, that my back is so much better. Again, it's not like 100% better. I still have, like, you know, things that, like, crazy things that I do, like the hip bridges and things at night, like that's just crazy, right? But even all that, now I can focus on the other things, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Running a little bit.
I can run. Let me go back into bodybuilding now because I haven't competed in 5 years. And so I actually just signed up with a coach, and I'm going to be, you know, prepping for a show maybe in a few months or something, because I really want to get back to running.
Godspeed, my friend. You
I
better
wanna
get
run
that back
first.
extension right first. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. I'm a supportive guy,
Okay, well,
but you better get a back extension
Whenever
to
you
30
think I
reps
should.
first. Hey, you know better than me. Let me actually sit down with that.
I feel really
I
good.
encourage
though.
you to.
I feel really good. Of
venture.
course, I wanna get so good that actually I had a screen, and my phone protector was for the longest time that I am my own chiropractor now, and so yeah, I had that forever because I'm building my own back brace. I don't need one because at the gym I forgot to tell you this. See, I have so much. At the gym, I would always have my waist trainer on.
Shoot. Oh.
The waist trainer.
Mhm.
So all the time.
Yeah.
Waist trainer all day, every day. And it was my back brace. To be honest with you, I couldn't do anything without
Yeah.
it. And now I'm building my own back brace. I don't need anything. So that's it.
You heard it, folks. It's not about the finish line. It's being in a new race, and she's running it. She's not walking it.
Yep.
She ran it, and it's way more fun to run, and to be excited about the next lap and what's next and keep going than it is to be like, when's this thing stop? I can't do this anymore. You still have work to do. You're not
Yeah, of course.
1,000% cool.
Nope.
Neither am I.
No.
But my 95% is better than my imagined 100% years ago. Like, I
Yeah.
love this game of feeling better.
Yeah.
Oh, we overdid it. My patella tendon is speaking Mandarin to me because I played 6 hours of a sport. All right, let's learn how to load manage better. Let's work harder things to the tendons. Boom, that's no longer a weak point. Now I got a new thing. And it's the life of an athlete, someone who uses their body, is
Yeah.
constant
Yeah.
observation and maintenance.
Yeah.
It's much better that than like waiting for things to break down from nothing.
Right.
But it's just, that's how life should be. Challenge yourself. And when you end up in a ditch like you did, and you climb out of the deepest point,
Yep.
you sharing the story is going to
Yep.
help everybody at that depth of ditch and higher.
Yeah.
Maybe people went deeper if it's possible. So many people can learn from your resilience, from your mental fortitude, from just even the things you would tell yourself, to the plans you would make long term, the strategies, to the exercises, and your heart just being honest, vulnerable. Like, this is all transferable energy for people to feel, and it does a lot. So thank you for being
that's
generous. Thank you for
Oh my
helping
gosh.
people today. And it
If
was
I
really
did.
fun to hang out with you this weekend and
Yes. it
train, film, run, get the team, have a nice dinner. We
Yep.
all had a great time, laughed a lot. It was fun.
Yep.
And so,
was. The B team. Don't
B
let the name
team.
fool you.
yeah, Brandon Enoch Eddie, B. Working on that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun.
And
You know.
last thing, a shout out to my granny. Got hit by a bazooka
Wow.
from Lau. I mean, like, well, we're supposed to have a cinematic Netflix ending. Go do something with your life, y'all. Fix your back. Did good. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I just can't.
You see how
This
she
guy.
has to round it?
This
She's
guy.
using her back right there. Wrap it up.
Look at that.
That was good.